They call it a town hall meeting. Key ministers of government have assembled here to present their scorecard over the past 2 years that the Buhari's government has been in power. It's been a tough 2 years for Nigeria. The government came in at a time when the price of oil crashed globally, badly depleting government revenue and eventually throwing the country into recession. The verdict from the ministers here is that the country has been able to weather the storm and looking on to brighter days ahead.
We've been able to meet all our debt service commitments, all our statutory transfer commitments. We have met all of them. We have also released about 1.2 trillion naira of the 2016 budget to finance capital projects and programs. This is an unparalleled in the history of Nigeria's budget performance.
The government is looking to continue its huge spending on infrastructure. Like last year, 30% of its budget this year is for capital expenditure, and it is now seriously looking at diversifying its revenue away from oil and focus more on tax collection.
Only 6% is our tax to GDP ratio. It's one of the lowest in the world. Ghana's at 15, South Africa's at 24. Most of the countries we admire, that we go to and we like their infrastructure, their tax to GDP ratio is 30%. So we have a big job to do in getting the Nigerian people to understand we must pay taxes. When we all pay a little, we'll have enough money to do all the projects that we need to do without burdening future generations unnecessarily. And that really is going to be our priority going forward.
But before that happens, the government faces the daunting challenge of funding the 2017 budget. It borrowed substantially to fund last year's budget. It will borrow more to fund this year's.
We are talking of using about 36% of our retained and expected revenue to service debts. And if you look at capital expenditure versus debt servicing is about 80-something% in terms of money voted for it. So this shows you the opportunities lost and what we are losing by borrowing so much as we borrowed in the past. This is a huge challenge, and we're also trying to increase the debt by having a deficit of 2.35 trillion for the year which we are currently on the 5th month.
The government insists borrowing remains its best option to fund its massive infrastructure project and get the economy out of recession. It says it has created over 200,000 direct and indirect jobs through its infrastructure projects in the Ministry of Works, Power and Housing alone. But that's just like plugging the tiniest of holes in Nigeria's massive unemployment market. Deji, Badmus, CGTN, Lagos, Nigeria.